Expecting that word. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Ranger Games. I've got Commander-in-Chief
Jim.
And I'm Joel. He did not take that one. Hey, we got something special for you tonight. Since we do have was it Easter right on the holiday? It's right on the corner, right?
Yes.
So we
4
have
months.
4 months. We have Christmas right around the corner here. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight about, we talked a little bit about charities last week. Now we're going to talk about a little bit what it's like for the veterans who are actually, like, either, well, whether they're home or whether they're serving for Christmas. Right. So, I mean, you went through a few of those, right?
A few stateside, not necessarily we were, doing exercises during Christmas time, but being around people that were, whether they were in the reserves or overseas, whether they were in, Korea during the holidays in another country, not necessarily with a country that doesn't celebrate Christmas, but you're on a U.S. base in country. Mm-hmm. So, we were talking earlier about leadership. There's always a lot of good things going on for the soldiers and airmen and seamen, but it's hard being away from home because not everyone has their same concept of Christmas, depending on where you're from in the country.
Well, some people in the military don't celebrate Christmas, actually. Yeah. They don't believe in holidays, and there's some people that have different versions of that, whether it be Hanukkah or things like that.
Right.
Chaplains have their hands full during that time.
Absolutely. And, where I'm from, St. Patrick's Day is like a national holiday. Mm-hmm. Christmas is a close first or second. Yeah. But I mean, it's there's always, that was close.
Yeah.
Always a lot of parades, always a lot of participation, and there's always a lot of support. And when we were researching this, finding a lot of organizations, not only, look at that, that's a good one.
What was that?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Look at the belly. This is what happens when you don't exercise on Christmas. I know you're talking about different kind of exercises, but that's what I was thinking when you said, we don't do exercise on Christmas. I'm thinking, I don't do exercise
season.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? People have six packs. I bring the whole keg.
Well, they're in there somewhere. We just don't know where they are.
Yeah.
They're in there.
They're hidden under the keg.
That's right.
Hey, or two. Keg here and here.
Just doing the research for this, there are a lot of organizations that we discussed in the last show that support the troops, but we have ones that we found this time that specifically during this time of year that support the troops, whether they are making presents or whatever and collecting them to send overseas. I mean, for certain items, you spent time overseas, so
I got lots of boxes around Christmas. I got lots of stuff.
Bags.
Some really good things came in. So,
yeah,
fortunately, nothing was anything X-proof.
No,
fortunately.
Exactly.
How do you go to the Spec Ops guys for that?
Exactly.
I actually, like you mentioned, I did celebrate one. I was in theater for one Christmas, but I actually wasn't in theater, but I was. So I actually got Christmas Exodus around that time. So I actually have some stories that go along with that. But I can get to them now, or we can get to them. Okay.
That's good.
So, when it came leading up to Christmas, Brandy knows lots about this one here because this involves a lot with her, my wife Brandy. So, leading up to Christmas, I actually started planning Christmas about 3 or 4 months before Christmas. Not only did I have to try to get the time off and things like that, but I was doing something special. I was actually going to surprise Brandy, and from in country, I was able to arrange a special thing where she was picked up by a limo at their house, and she brought a friend with her. They took her down. First of all, the limo driver took her to like a breakfast and coffee and things, and then they took her down to Troutdale to the outlet malls.
Okay.
But before they did the outlet malls, they actually went to a day spa, and they had her treated in the day spa for half a day. She got all the fancy X's and whatever massages, and I don't know what they do in there. It's mystery, and I don't really want to know because I think there's plucking, pulling, and craziness. Anyways, but yeah. So after she got out of the torture spa, they took her down in the limo. It was actually the owner of the company drove her.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you more about the whole process to get to this. Took her down to the shopping malls there, where she had had some gift cards or something she had to do some things with, or maybe the gift cards didn't work. I'm not really sure, but she actually had the security guard at the shopping mall escort her around, carrying her bags for her.
Okay.
So she went in. She had a couple things. She had to buy a new dress and some new shoes or something like that, and the rest was whatever she wanted to do. So she went in. She got herself her stuff, and then she shopped around, had fun. The limo then took her to the it was Edgefield.
Okay.
Her name was Edgefield down there in Troutdale. To drop her off for a night at the hotel. And all along the way, this whole trip, when we first got in the car, next step she would get cards with specific instructions and information that was in there, along with the rows. And along the way, it said she got there. She could check into the hotel, and when she went into the room, they it said on the thing in the room, hey, you got someone special here to see you for your dinner. Get dressed and go down to your reservations at X. And then so I'm going to leave it there for a minute. I'm going to come back around.
Okay.
So 3 or 4 months planning this, because I had to call like the owners and track my way down into the owner, like get the limo, find a limo that would work with me and get things arranged. Right. I had to pre-order these cards and these flowers, and I had to make the reservations at the spa and the outlet malls and get the gift cards purchased and get all these things arranged. And I treat it like I would an op order. Basically, I literally had
paragraph 1.
Yep, boom, 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 right through. I had the whole plan out there, the itinerary, everything laid out. I treat it like you would, like if you're going, let's say go on a mission. I had it all there, the whole plan. It was great. I actually had people helping me too to arrange it, then put things together. Anyways, so I got this whole thing arranged, and I told Brandy, man, I can't come in because there's X going on. They didn't give me the time off. I got to be here for my people. And so she thinks that I'm not coming home. Her understanding is that she's thinking she's going to be meeting, like she has a great auntie that she really likes, or maybe her mom is coming in or something.
Right.
Her understanding was that she's going to go meet them, possibly, and have dinner with them. And I was just kind of doing a bunch of stuff for her.
Right.
By the way, she didn't really know that this was happening. The limo pulled up out front of her, and her friend, I talked to her friend ahead of time and helped her arrange all this.
Good.
Yeah, you can hear you guys in the background laughing.
Uh-oh. Hi, Sarah.
Anyways, so she had got her out there, and so she had no idea this was happening. I had actually flown in the day before all this, spent the night at my brother's, okay, and while she was in the doing her spa thing, the limo driver actually came over and got me and brought me to the hotel.
Nice.
The hotel was in on this and everything, so I come in and they actually helped me to like hide, and I pre-set up a special room. They gave me a special room where we had the table set up and everything else, and they prepped the room up and everything. I put like her favorite wine in there and all this other stuff.
Nice.
So I had those things prepped ahead of time. I had lots of people helping me. There was probably about a good 30-40 people. And the entire hotel staff was at a buzz for this one because they were very excited about it.
That's cool.
Anyways, so she's doing all her things, I'm getting things ready, and I'm actually, when she gets to the hotel, from the minute she pulled up, because I got warning from the limo driver, the owner drove because he wanted to drive. He had drivers. He wanted to be the one driving because it mattered to him. And so I don't know if he actually charged me. He might not charge me too. I think he did. Anyways, when he pulled up, I was actually like in the front desk when she pulled up. So I pulled up, and I was actually like in the back office watching watching her come in. She was all kind of looking around, trying to figure what to do. And I got this card, and they gave her another card at the front desk, and. Then she's like, oh, you're already checked in. Here's your room. Go up to there. Yada yada. And so she gets up in the room. There's another card in there. Tells her about the dinner and stuff. And at this point, I actually was like, even at the point when she came up the stairs, I was actually at the end of the hall, on the outside, looking in, watching her go to the room and things. And I came back down. So I was actually watching this whole time. It's kind of creepy almost, but it's not. It's really cool. And then I went down to do some.
Yeah, creeper.
I went back into the
reconnaissance.
Yes,
Randy.
exactly.
Reconnaissance.
Making sure the mission's executing properly. And so then I went down to my position down there near, or just on the hall from the room where she was supposed to be taken to. And so they brought her in, and I had her set up so the door is here, and I had her set up so her back was to the door like this, and this is the door behind her, and there was a table there. And it said, it actually had, the last card said, hey, I have a very special surprise for you, someone you haven't seen in a while, something like that. Turn around. And while she was being seated, I came down the hall, and when she turned around, I was standing there. Cool. I almost didn't make it in time. I had to almost sprint down the hall because she's too quick. She reads too fast. I should have put an extra poem in there or something to slow her down. But so when she turned around, I was there, and she just basically kind of collapsed into my arms, and there was cheering and clapping in the area and stuff. And yeah, and so and then from there we actually spent a couple days in the area, and then we boarded a plane. That was the next surprise, to go to Hawaii for like, I don't know, like half a week or 10 days, 5 days or something like that. Went to Hawaii for a while.
Wow.
My first trip to Hawaii, her first trip back in a while.
Right.
And so we did Hawaii, and then we came back.
Nice.
So that was my Christmas exodus period. So I wasn't actually in country for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I was up until like maybe a week before, and then I came back a week after. So.
Nice.
So I got to see all the stuff up to that point, and actually, I think they, from what I understand, they actually had turkey for Christmas there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the big thing when you're deployed overseas or you're doing something. It's how big is the feast going to be? That's the thing.
It was kind of weird. From what I understand,
morale.
Tearing open a package to eat your turkey was kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
I made a mess.
Pseudo turkey, right?
Yeah, right. Turkey a la king.
Turkey a la king. No, chicken a la king. That's like, sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
that was my experience. But up until then, it was really cool. We were getting boxes and gifts and everything else, and all sorts of organizations just constantly coming in. And the weird thing is, it always kind of was odd to me is they'd come in. A lot of them come in with your name on it. You know, like, how did this random organization in a different part of the country even know I exist over here?
Exactly.
Because there's actually a group, and this is why I want to come mention this part here,
right,
called a Family Readiness Group, FRG, back at the base of the deployed unit, basically where they're stationed from.
Okay.
And that Family Readiness Group, what their job is to support the families that are home waiting for the loved ones.
Cool.
But at the same time, to support the soldiers from afar, meaning that they send them these boxes, they get their names into these organizations, right, they make sure that there's things that are needed, they get them for the soldiers, and etc. Right. And then they send this stuff over. So, like, our names from all these soldiers are being sent in our unit to different groups, which are then sending things to us, like these boxes, which
that's
you mentioned earlier. Anyways.
Of course, I just lost my spot, but
how much you wonder if we actually have a commercial this time?
Yeah, we do.
You want me to try?
I know.
Yeah, go for it. Waiting signs. Woo!
Whitney signs. Make sure you check them out.
Exactly. We were just talking about Christmas cards on the off camera.
Right.
I remember I actually got this really cool one, and this and from this, it was an elderly lady. I think she was like 70 or 80, and she wrote me a very personalized card to me with my name on it, everything else, and said
cool.
It's a really cool thing. The thing is, and thank God I took cursive in school.
Exactly.
But even then,
you follow her L's and her K's.
Well, it was
right?
Yes, but there's cursive writing, and then there's some people's cursive writing.
Well, remember my grandfather was a physician, so.
Exactly. So it took me a while to read the card, but in the end, it was really cool. I think I might have it in a box.
Do you guys want me to put the pictures up? Or?
Oh, pictures.
Sure, absolutely.
Hey, throw up a picture. See what we got here. And then I think you were talking about the cards. Oh, look, we got them all at one time.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
Santa
helicopter.
Yep.
That was a Blackhawk there. They actually painted the Blackhawk though. That's kind of fun.
That was kind of cool.
That's a big
Coming
tree.
home.
I wonder where's that at? Oh, that's actually at the house. At his house.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
You're okay.
Oh, it's gone. It's coming. It's going. It's going. It's coming. So you were
I'm
looking
gonna
at.
fix it.
Oh,
Okay.
no worries. We'll just keep talking.
No, we're just looking at the USA SOA, a volunteer nonprofit that would ship Christmas cards overseas. Like Joe was talking about, they do the deadline by the beginning of this month, but it's everywhere where our troops are stationed overseas. Wow.
Thank
There we
you,
go.
God, for those who teach us the true nature of giving. Yeah, that was. I bet you that was hard for some families that year.
Does that
Okay,
look
so
familiar?
let's look at this for a minute. By the way,
Yeah, that's awesome.
so you got is that a big?
Frosty on the front.
They should just leave that. Hopefully, they left that. If that was in Afghanistan, they should have left that there. That's scary enough as it is. Is that a? That's an antennas, right? That's not,
Yeah.
But is it to the
That's
right?
not the rotor. And the,
No, the rotor's up top.
And the skids. I don't,
But
that's,
the thing at the very front there, it looks like a horn, but I think that's actually an antenna. I don't remember if they have those on the front.
That's pretty cool, though.
I don't know if that's an extra
That's
piece or
probably
if that's
going
actually
back
part
to
of the Blackhawk. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the way, most people don't know this about Blackhawks. But if you actually look at the back Christmas tree, I'm sure you know this obviously, but for people that are watching, right above that, that's actually a jet engine on that back thing there.
I just remember them always saying, "Oh no, you don't have to."
Well,
seatbelt
jet
on.
style engine.
You don't have to put the seatbelt on because I'm just going to go up and then I'm going to hook a left and you won't fall out. And I'm just like, seriously.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when. Oh, there we go.
That's my favorite one.
I think I saw him in Afghanistan.
Well, look at the background.
Yeah. By the way, that's why after the first Christmas, Taliban didn't come back.
And Santa has his combat patches.
Yep, exactly.
How about that one?
Forget the chimney, breach the door. The salty soldier.
A little bit more modernized Santa.
Nice, I love it.
What about that one?
Mistletoe.
Brandon likes that one.
Mistletoe. Oh my God, that's funny and messed up at the same time.
It is.
Merry Christmas to soldiers everywhere who can't be there with their families. Yes. Lord be with them, bless them, and
of course,
holy tank.
Close to my heart.
Yes. Is that the
It's a lot of
M1
lights.
Abrams?
Yes. A lot of lights.
Is
I
it?
love
Wait, what? Go back to that for a second. Oh, it's gone.
Just-
Okay.
I mean-
is that like horns on it?
Yeah, but
evil-
I mean,
evil Santa thing?
the M60 I had was probably about this high. The silhouette was so high, but this is,
Yeah, the M1 Abrams are
Beautiful.
much lower. Yeah, too bad they don't have Santa on there with some reindeer front.
and the gun's bigger. That,
yes.
to me
Actually,
is
hold on.
Christmas dinner right there.
This is Bagram. That's the chow hall I used to eat at right there.
See?
That door back there, I used to come in there. I'm surprised my face isn't there somewhere. But yeah, I used to, right there, that's the chow hall I used to eat at. Right? Oh my goodness, that's so many memories of chicken strips. Oh, the chicken strips. Okay, let's see if I can see where this one's at. It's hard to tell from these areas. I don't know. I don't think that's metal on. Doesn't look like familiar or anything. But
No.
Christmas dinner over there in Afghanistan, I think. It's definitely Afghanistan because there's hills in the background.
Oh, and your sister's asking a question here.
What's your favorite Christmas traditions that are not common? The Christmas shit.
What? What?
The one you've been saving up all year long.
Oh, yeah.
What's the one thing that people serving during the holidays would like to receive? Is there something specific or is it more personal? Honestly, it really depends on where they're at and everything else.
Right.
Because the needs you might have if you're on a CONUS
Right.
position but a base versus like if you're in a war zone versus not, it's really going to be different because some countries may or may not have stuff available to them.
Right.
PX and stuff may or may not have things available. Like in Afghanistan,
Good point.
in Afghanistan, things that we didn't care about are like 5-hour energies and stuff because there's so many of those around anywhere, you know. But things that we wanted were stuff like snacks and things that we couldn't get. Like I had so many sunflower seeds sent to me when I was over there. Man, there was no shortage of those for me. I'd love to get cigars. So I traded for things over there, but
Right.
like it just really depends. I mean, it's specific to the soldier.
Right.
But honestly, I think just knowing that people care enough to send you something is a big thing as it is. So
Definitely. Let's see. Yeah, we're just going
being
through-
loud in the production room.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, but yeah, so a lot of these things you have to plan out at least a month before December, like in November, to start getting these things together so you can get them over there in time for Christmas. And like I said, cards are the biggest things, I think, is just because that shows so many.
This is everybody getting all the mail and everything over. Here we go, right here. Here's a good stat that Joel and I were able to pull up. Packages and letters to be estimated among 12.6 million pounds of mail hitting overseas to military destinations this holiday season.
And most of it's alcohol.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
By the way, he's being modest. He looked it up.
The cost for sending the largest priority mail flat rate box to a military destination has increased by $1.55 compared to the same time in 2020. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, flat rate boxes were a big thing back then. We get them different versions of those.
APO, FPO, DPO.
Yep. Oh, I think the address too was like this long to get to you, because you got to first of all you got to identify the station where you're at, who's going to, who your unit is, where the unit's at, and it's all these different things. It's crazy, and it took I think it took a week or two for each package to get there.
I believe it.
Yeah. You know what's actually a big thing? If they are a CONUS, okay, and especially if they're in an area where phone calls are not easy to do sometimes, sending phone cards is a big thing. At least it wasn't for us in Afghanistan. The Red Cross was great. They caught them all the time. So phone cards are really good, but you got to make sure when you get them that they can be used in that country.
Right.
So that's some research is required for that if you're sending them to a soldier overseas. Because there's nothing better than talking to your family. So, sometimes if you have the internet, that's great. You can see them on Zoom and things, but...
This one right here. Bob Hope.
Things that don't send. Don't send homemade cookies.
No.
Because they don't make it very well.
No.
And you never know what kind of cookies are being sent, so to be honest, they never got eaten.
This is always something that my dad always mentioned about how much respect he had for people that served in front of the stage for veterans and was never a veteran. So he had such ultimate respect for someone that would take his time, his holidays away from his family, and he wasn't actively fighting in a combat zone.
Okay.
And he did it for so long.
Bob Hope, yeah.
Bob Hope.
Yep. Sorry, did I steal your thunder on that one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, I want to just...
Totally just ripped that right out underneath you.
Yeah, that's okay.
But Bob Hope, I don't think I ever got to see him overseas, but we had a lot of people that come out and did concerts and things over
Wrestling, WWE?
there. There might have been one. I don't know if I saw that. I never really had time to go to those.
From World
Air
War
Force had a lot
II
of
to
time to
Desert
go to those.
Shield is the time that he
keeps resetting it. I don't know. It's weird. Sorry, we're pulling it off the internet, and as we get weird things that pop up. But I noticed that the people who attended those the most, from my observations when I would have a chance to be driving by or stop, I poked my head in once, was mostly Navy and Air Force were there.
Seriously.
Not Marines and Army. Yeah, there you go.
That's okay. But we definitely get and we went back, did a little bit, because going back to the Greatest Generation. Mm-hmm. I mean, an excellent turkey dinner, World War II. That's all what it's about right there.
Oh, yep. Okay. So it's hard to see. Let's see. What's this one?
Yeah, you do it. You're always good. Food.
Let me see if I can get the right angle.
Oh, I didn't.
Here, change the camera.
Hold on. I think it went off.
Oh.
I think I hit it.
Yep. Okay. Change the camera to the center one.
There it is.
Maybe. Waiting for it to come on.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get there in a second. Oh, there you go. All right. There you go. There's a good picture.
Food and a Christmas tree. There we go.
Hey, there's actually decorated Christmas tree too.
Yeah. And looking at this right here reminds me of Hogan's Heroes or Starling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you see
Hogan's Heroes.
The uniform, and you look at the rifles. And
you know what we should do for one show? We should sit here and just watch an episode of Hogan's Heroes with everybody.
So just so everyone gets an idea on this, in 1943, over 500,000 U.S. soldiers celebrated the holidays in England. And I mean, that's 500,000 soldiers. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. And that's I think our standing military is what 1.2 now.
Yep.
Almost half our military. Sarah says, do you know any charities that we can donate to or send things for those serving? Maybe like how they pick families to sponsor here. Can you pick a soldier? Yes, you can. I think we went through a bunch of them in our last show.
Yeah.
So I recommend looking at that one to start with.
I know for at least my parents down in Florida, they tend to gravitate more to the churches because of the black knit hats and things that they're able to send, gloves, scarves, and this is maybe 10 years ago when my mother was actively doing all that and sending those care packages overseas, but it was specifically clothing is what they were doing, and they all enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think socks. I got some socks there. It was a little weird to get some underwear and some random packages.
We used to send you guys like specialized snacks and stuff.
Yeah, but I know that everything you guys sent was like pre-packaged and things. So don't like fresh baked things. They don't get there well. Because sometimes it can take weeks for it to get there.
Right.
But the biggest thing is you got to do it early, Sarah. So because like right now, by this point, it's too late because
December 2nd was the cutoff.
Yeah, I think I saw another one the 5th unknown, right?
Right.
So yeah, so I would like plan for next year.
Absolutely.
To things you can do for that, but like I said, pre-packaged stuff is so critical because, like I said, I opened up one and I think they had baked like a banana bread or something.
Cake.
And no, it wasn't
that thing lasts forever.
That thing is a weapon, man. You can chuck that at somebody. Thunk.
It's like a hockey puck. but I think we can all agree we all like to read. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a combat zone in another country, any type of magazine.
Oh yeah, magazine.
U.S.
short
newspaper. Something.
Short reading because you don't always have time to read.
You can pass that to someone else, and they could give you something.
Yeah, they're in the common room. There was actually magazines, drops, and things. You'd basically drop it there. People would read it, put it back, take it with them. Best thing you can send somebody who's deployed, mm-hmm. like in an actual like combat zone or something. I don't know how it'd be like in other countries, maybe. Send them, if they don't have good internet, send them videos, like DVDs and things.
Right.
And in Afghanistan, we'd get videos before they come out on theaters here in the U.S.
Really?
Because there was somebody sitting in a different country with a video camera in the back of it filming it. So you didn't always get the sound right, and sometimes it was in a foreign language. But hey, you know what? I think I brought some of those home. So...
That's cool.
It's like, oh look, it's a brand new movie that just came out. How'd you get that? Good luck listening, hearing it.
That's cool.
Yeah, cigars. Brandon says cigarettes.
Definitely.
Cigars.
Chewing tobacco.
Dude, cigars were a big thing. Yeah, chewing tobacco. But
Red Man.
Cigars, dude. My first trade in Afghanistan was a cigar for a couple pocket knives.
Nice.
And I traded and gave cigars to help start building that trading empire that I had running over there.
But everyone got through it because of what you did, passing things around.
Oh yeah, like I said, my biggest trade that I thought was great. I had traded my way up to a favor. Someone owed me a favor. I had a lot of favors owed to me, but I traded a favor in to get a Connex box delivered to the hospital. It's a big old Connex.
That's a must.
Yeah, and their trade back to me was 2 kind of leather chairs. They're donated for. They had a bunch of them donated for like where the patients were waiting to leave to fly out, but they couldn't fit them, so they just were sitting off to the side, and they weren't being used, or I think they're still in boxes. 2 leather chairs, a 40-inch television, DVD player, and like a little stand for it to sit on.
Yes.
Put that in the common room. So.
Right. Tony says you're a hustler.
That's a fact.
No idea. One of the things I was able to get us done was on demo. You're required to get certain specific shots and things like that.
Right.
Have, be up to par before you come back. All the units, when they come back to demo, they have to go back to their station and get their shots there, and then it takes them extra week or 2 to get it all done.
Right.
When we were demobbing, I had arranged to get all of those vaccination shots and everything else you needed and the people that do it all. So when they were passing through Bagram on the way out, coming before they got on the plane to fly out, they'd get all our medics would get all the shots, get all the checkouts, and they would have it before when they got home. They didn't have to wait. They could just go from there. Yeah. So it made demo kind of like a week out of demo time. Also,
your sister was commenting after the cigar one.
The kids and I used to go to nursing homes and give presents and home, make blankets and things to veterans. That's cool.
Yep.
Should keep doing that. It's a good thing. There's always a veteran everywhere.
And there's always here we found something for Sarah, organizations that help.
Oh yeah, that's a big old thing. What's the first one you got?
And they're warning about scams and whatnot, of course.
Yes. Well, go back real quick. The GuideStar is one that says check with GuideStar. GuideStar is a one that you missed it. It's back on the very end of that. You're going the wrong way.
Going the wrong way?
Yeah.
There we go.
Right in the very beginning. Very end. Sorry. GuideStar.
Oh, there it is. Better Business Bureau.
Yeah. Check with these places.
CFC.
They keep saying GuideStar because GuideStar does a very deep dive. Like our nonprofit SDK Community Watch is registered with GuideStar, and they do a deep dive to check, and you can get like levels and grades from them.
Right.
But they make sure that you're actually legit 501c3. You've got your paperwork filed.
Right.
That you have the bank accounts and your addresses, and they go through and check all this stuff.
That's good.
And then they give you a grade. The more information they have about you, the higher grade you get.
I agree. That's
So, but yeah, that's a really good one to do to make sure it's legit charity, and then also see how much is actually donated to the troops versus what they.
I was just seeing if the one that you talked about was in here.
I don't even know what they were called, honestly.
Forgotten Soldiers, Little Patriots, Military Missing.
I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would recognize it. Maybe Operation Care and Comfort's on somewhere here.
Project
Operation Gratitude. I recognize that one.
Silver Star Families.
Oh yeah, Operation Homefront. Yes, yep. I definitely know that was there. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Soldiers Angels.
Silver Star Families. No.
The mission continues.
Yeah. I think that's some of these are for like fallen soldiers too.
Right.
Soldiers Angels. So makes you think of angel fights.
Yeah.
Not too many of those.
Trees for Troops.
That's good. I think we still got a tree sitting out in front of our house so people can come grab for free.
Let's see.
We're kind of going through some extra stuff just to make sure that we kind of answer some of your questions that you guys were asking.
Yeah, this is an article that was a few years ago, but it said the U.S. military had 1.4 million active duty personnel, approximately 164,000 deployed in more than 150 countries. 68,000 troops, Europe, 51,000 East Asia and the Pacific, 4,400 in North Africa, the Near East, and 1,900 in the Western Hemisphere. Some 60,000 U.S. troops remain in Afghanistan awaiting the withdrawal of American forces.
Doesn't the... Oh, that's cool. I think actually that looks like the Chahal in Afghanistan.
Ghazni.
No.
It says Ghazni province.
Oh, that wasn't me there. Look, it looks kind of like the Chahals there. They all look the same, honestly.
Logar, that was a good one.
She looks familiar, like I wonder if she's...
Camp Clark, Coast Province.
No, not that one. It was Afghanistan again.
Let's just keep going. A-plane, Eastern Afghanistan.
A-plane, they can't say where.
Exactly. Keep going.
No, that's Hawaii.
Hawaii.
That's the place to be stationed at Camp Zama Kagwagon, Japan. I can't pronounce that.
Nope.
New Jersey. Hey, that right there is zone deployed zone.
It is. Doesn't have to be the proving grounds there in
something
Jersey.
Sarah had mentioned, you're taking things to veterans. If a good gift you can give to an elderly veteran, and back me up on this,
yes,
is to go and just sit and listen.
Absolutely.
And if you have small kids, bring them.
Absolutely.
Most veterans just love small kids.
I mean, we've talked about it before. You go and have a cup of coffee with someone, mm-hmm. and you instantly get thrown into a battle. Yeah, I've heard of it, but it's like a Clint Eastwood movie. There's nothing in history about it, and you're just sitting there and you're mesmerized. And like we've talked about before, one gentleman that I know, he was a corporal or a specialist for. Mm-hmm. After his battle, he was promoted to staff sergeant. Right there on the spot, the commander came in and said, "All right, who's responsible for this? You?"
Field promotion.
E6.
Field promotion.
And I was just like, you serious? I never heard of that when I was in the service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've actually heard of field promotion. They actually happened, but usually it's to corporal.
Right. But I just was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So spending 1 year in country, besides basic training, infantry training, and then in country, you get, whoop.
Here's something else I learned.
Man.
In the military, the rank of corporal is usually only granted when you're in the time of war and you're deployed. Otherwise, it's specialist.
I mean, it's similar to a 5-star general. Mm-hmm. You're the guy over all the other
guys.
18th Corps or whatever. You're the general, but it's only in time of war.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I don't think we actually had one.
Not since, I'm going to say Korea, maybe World War II. You know, we had Douglas MacArthur in the South Pacific. He was
a long time.
You know, it was the Pentagon of stars. You know, usually it's just the 4 in a row. Mm-hmm. But his was a nice little pretty Pentagon. And you're like, I can't.
Pentagon throwing star.
You can't count how many stars and while you're having them. I didn't mean to look at all your stars, sir.
Sorry, it's so blinding.
You have so many.
But usually, if you get to that point, you've been in the previous side. Most of them. Well, actually, I've been a couple. I've been quite a few different generals. 1 to 3 stars.
Yeah.
You been a 4-star. Okay. Most of the. This is what I've kind of learned. The 1-star generals tend to be more stuck up. Like, you know, they like, hey, everybody owes them something and that type of thing. Mm-hmm. The 2 and 3-star generals, they get over that hump, and then they start to come back down to reality.
Yeah. Life's good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not all of them. That's not true for every single one. There's a bunch of good ones there. I met probably about 5 or 6 different generals in Afghanistan because they'd come and do their Purple Heart ceremonies at the hospital.
Wow. Do we have any more photos?
Yeah, any more photos?
Or is that it? Okay.
Oh, no, that's it. Okay.
Thank you.
We grabbed a bunch here for you guys to see. I mean, you know, I want to see that Santa one more time.
Yeah. Which one? The
both of them. They're both. Oh, she broke the world again.
That's okay.
Hold on, just give me a minute.
No, she's gonna bring it back up.
59. No, I'm kidding.
Start counting on the screen. The other day she was doing something. I think she was on the phone or something. We were supposed to be watching a movie, and I pulled up a Jeopardy. I'm surprised I survived that one. Felt safer in Afghanistan. Not that one. No, the one where
she's getting there. It's the next one. That's
there you go.
Santa Claus smoking.
What unit is that?
I don't know. The unit.
The unit. The North Pole unit.
Santa Claus and Delta Force. Yeah.
The Santa Force.
You know how good that looks with all that underneath it too? Look at that. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's a North Pole unit.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's, like I said, the Santa Force.
Santa Force. Yeah.
Specialized unit. That is just disturbing. That is very disturbing.
But it's funny.
But something you would see in Afghanistan through a military base or something.
Yeah, very true.
Anyways, well, do you have any parting words of wisdom or anything, man?
Merry Christmas. Got some people have birthdays coming up, some anniversaries. And,
Yeah, Jim's birthday's coming up.
I think there is an anniversary coming up. I kind of forgot about that. I got
the day before the winter solstice, right?
Something like that. I gotta get on Amazon and start looking quickly.
Better get on it.
Trouble.
That's right.
I gave her a gift yesterday. She's good. Did you use that, by the way? Anyways, we'll talk about
What?
Never mind. Love you. Hey guys, thank you so much for having spend some time with us here. Donate to a veteran charity.
Absolutely.
Right? If anything, try to go find a veteran and just tell them Merry Christmas. You know.
Absolutely. You know, there's ones in need. There's a lot of organizations that are having issues finding veterans housing or simple things like disabilities. But I mean, there's always we're here. You can reach out to us, and we'll always be there for any veteran.
Of course.
Especially here in Estacada.
And I guess just like the previous show, my words of wisdom are don't wipe before you poop.
Well, what about Brandy's show tomorrow and Christmas show next week?
Oh,
We're having a Christmas show?
No, okay, fine. I had a good way to clear it out there.
Yeah.
All right. 7 o'clock Wednesday next week, we will be having a joined show. It'll have Backwards Brothers, Ranger Games, and Campfire Discussions all in one show, 2-hour special. We're gonna have a Christmas special. I don't know everything involved in it yet, but it'll be great. It'll be fun. Join us. It is a time to celebrate Christmas with us and everybody else. And then we fly out the next day to go to Vegas. So, thank you guys so much.
My mom would be so happy to hear that.
Yay, Vegas!
Christmas. And
Look,
thank you
if
to all.
if you're watching, Kathy will be seen.
Yeah. Thank you to all those that are still defending America overseas.
We haven't forgotten you.
We definitely haven't forgotten.
Yep. And, we raised up a coffee to you.
Goodbye.
All right, have a good night.
Okay, bye.